she grows up. It might be.
Yeah, how old does she start?
Well, I
You
mean,
have to be able to like know all this stuff at this age.
Yeah.
she has. So she starts out with the other. She remembers all the places that she's been before, and then she moves there, so she's old enough to remember a lot of stuff.
Maybe like
At least
3 or
like
I'd
6,
say, I'd say 6 or
She's
7.
only 6. Because
Don't you
I
start
don't
remembering
remember.
by the time you're 4?
I moved here when I was 4, and I don't remember Ohio
Well,
at all. So
That is true. So like,
you gotta be at least like 6.
but then she had.
No, but I remember my old neighborhood, or like my 2 old neighborhoods, and I was like 3 when I moved.
I still like remember.
Because I
that, but
remember
do you
like
remember
running
like?
outside,
do you-
watching
yeah,
the
do you
air balloons
remember-
go above the deck.
But
like,
then-
you know those races?
Yeah, do you remember? But do you like remember what was like outside your neighborhood, like what the area was like?
Oh, I'm there all the time. My grandma lives there.
Oh well, that doesn't count.
But like,
Wait, but I remember the house.
Well, that's because you've probably seen the house since you were like 3.
Twice. And it looks different too.
But you still seen it.
but she's like, she remembers all her other houses. There's like 3.
I'd say she's at least 6, if not over.
But she's lived there, so she's got to stay at least like a year, wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
So like, if you start remembering at 4,
Wait, like she's in Mango Street for a year?
Well, 'cause
no,
all she
other
does-
places in
Yeah.
for a
All
year.
she
that
does
she
is
remembers.
list the places before. She doesn't like really talk about the places before that.
I'm
much.
sure it doesn't take that long to, or it takes longer than a year to move around from all those places, though.
Probably.
Especially when you're in poverty like that, you don't have the money for them.
That is true.
It probably takes a while.
And her dad was probably losing jobs
Yeah.
too.
I never really mentioned her parents that much in the book.
There was like one situation.
And
Like
that
when
was
her
when they
dad,
packed
her
her
dad,
lunch.
and then it like talks about the granddad or whatever.
But it's more on like other people and their influence on her.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
all the random people like down the street and what were those 2 girls' names? Rachel and
Lucy.
Lucy, I thought there was one that started with an N.
That's Nenny, that's her sister.
Yeah, that's her sister.
didn't she have like 6 siblings or something? Like
No,
that?
she had 2 brothers and a sister, but
Yeah.
they only list her
Yeah.
brother once, or her 2 brothers once, and that was in the beginning of the book.
And
They
was
say how much
yeah,
butts
because
they
they were
are.
older.
Yeah.
And so they didn't play with them
yeah, it
outside.
talks about how like they talked in like when they're at their house, but when they're outside, the guys didn't play with the girls.
I thought when they went to the garden place. Or
That was
the
pretty
garden-
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, the garden.
Was it, what was it? Wasn't it like an old
It was a
car
monkey
lot?
thing. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I didn't really understand that part. It was either a car lot or an actual garden that people parked over eventually, and it turned into a parking lot.
What was what did the monkey do that day? Like, was it a real monkey? Or was it like, because then it talked about their parents like taking their monkey away. Or not their parents, the people who owned the monkey taking it away and moving.
The monkey doesn't live here anymore. The monkey moved to Kentucky. I liked all the rhyming. They had a bunch of rhymes in it. It was like, oh, the hips. I liked the hips chapter. Thought that was really good. Let's see, where is it?
You know what he's talking about?
No.
When they're talking about when they're getting hips.
Yeah, like all the different like stuff for hips.
that equals puberty, so they gotta be at least like 12. That's
At that
another
point
thing.
in the book.
Yeah.
How old do you think she is by the time the book ends?
Well,
Because
she's
I know
kind of starting her teenage dumb where she's like, I hate life, I don't want to be here in this crappy place. So, and girls start earlier than boys, so I'd say about, probably 12 or 13.
And I
Wait.
guess that's right when Sally left too.
Yeah,
Right towards the end of the book.
yeah, because in 8th grade, you're like 12 or 13.
No.
You're 13.
In 8th grade, so then I'd say they're about 12.
And you turn 14 in 8th grade, at least for us.
Yeah.
It's probably different in Chicago now. I think it's a year younger in Chicago now, at least.
Everybody starts school differently.
And yeah, because my mom knows someone who lived in Illinois and went to the same college as her.
I'm not. So what'd you guys think of the theme of the book? Any thoughts?
I thought it was kind of pointless.
Yeah. I didn't
Like-
really- What was the life lesson of the book?
To always carry your past with you. I don't know, I mean...
Well, actually, yeah, that's kind of
That
true.
kind of is what it is.
But it was a story about a little girl living up in a poor neighborhood, and I thought, since I am upper middle class, I'm not actually rich, I'm upper middle class, and I thought it was pretty
Upper class is
interesting.
like Jay-Z and
And plus, it was in the 1980s, so it was 20, 30 years ago when they were growing up, and
She ate my pretzels.
it's lower class. Well, when you see the standard of living going up every second, I'm guessing they're poor.
So like when we think of poor, they were like even worse.
We're thinking like, I don't know.
I mean, she was able to go to school and her mom packed her lunch every day.
But it was
Or
all
no, she
rice.
came home from lunch every
It was
day.
a crappy rice sandwich though.
Yeah.
That was the one time.
Lunches.
That was the one time.
But I'm sure
So she
something
wasn't
like
allowed
that.
to stay.
Because she wanted to go to stay.
At
in
the
the
lunch.
cafeteria.
But
I think,
instead she
whatever.
just sat there and cried and ate her lunch by
Oh,
herself.
But she wasn't at the absolute like worst of the worst though, because the nun, or it was a
Yeah,
nun, right?
yeah, they were nuns.
Pointed out like the house that was, or like houses, complexes, whatever they were,
Oh,
that were
yeah,
close,
yeah.
and she was like embarrassed about it because she didn't actually like live there,
Why
and
didn't she
those were
say
more
she
run down
didn't
than the
live
Mango
there?
Street. I guess the nun just thought that she was that poor. I don't know.
Also, I found interesting that they went to a Catholic school, and I didn't know if they was like,
Is
Yeah.
it-
yeah, hey. So then, because
They're probably
in the book they said that their parents were like,
Did they go to like
and
public
others.
jobs or something like that
Yeah.
to pay for it?
yeah, they were. I mean, I don't know if public education is better than the Catholic school education that was then. Because either their parents were really making a sacrifice and wanting her to move on and whatnot, and move off of Mango Street, or they just thought it was a better life and didn't want to go to public school.
Or I
'Cause
wonder how far away the public school was too.
that is true.
Because for Catholic school, it's just a couple blocks away, so she's
Yeah.
able to walk there. Plus, she's able to go home for lunch. Whereas I guess in the public school, she probably would have had to like.
Take buses.
And also, she said that she was tired every day. I didn't know if that was like actually an excuse when going to school because it was just 3 blocks,
Yeah.
or is that malnutrition?
Not sure.
Because she could have been lying so that she could eat the right sandwich
That's what I
with
was
other people,
thinking.
or it could just actually been malnutrition for every day walking there back. But I highly doubt that's really it.
Could be. I mean, if they were that much in poverty, how much nutrients are in rice?
It's
Rice is
like rice what
toxic.
a lot of people ate back then.
What?
Like, isn't that rice what a lot
It's
of
in Asia.
Oh, I'm thinking of world history.
Racist.
I'm thinking about a different classroom.
We are
what
in
was-
English right now.
Sorry. What was the
No,
point
we're
of-
at our house right now. This is an English project. Now we gotta do this efficiently.
What was the point of wearing the heels?
Because they wanted to be grown up. Because every kid wants to be an adult, but every adult wants to be a kid. And so, when you grow up, you want to be younger if you're an adult. And so the heels signify that they wanted to be adults and be older. But other people saw the little girls wearing heels as
Was it when they were talking about the men? Were they talking about like a lot older men or just like boys their age?
they were talking
What
about
about-
older men.
Okay,
If
what
you
about-
catch my drift.
Yeah, but what about the boy that like sat on her front porch and her mom warned her about? Like, was he her age or was he
Yeah.
a lot older?
And
Because they were talking about him having a girlfriend and then.
yeah, but well, he could have been high school, or he could have been the same age as Sam. No, I can't think of her name.
The one who got married.
Yeah,
Sally.
Sally. Yeah, could have
Was
been the same
Sally
age as
a lot
Sally.
older or was she the same age?
Good question.
Because they never really said her age, so she could have been like.
But I mean,
young
when
in
you're,
7th grade, and Sally could have been like maybe like 9th or 10th grade.
But it said she.
but
got
she was
married
before 8th grade.
Yeah.
It was talking about Sally there. It
It
wasn't
said
talking
that she
about.
got married before 8th grade.
Yeah, I wasn't talking
Oh,
about
so it's-
Esperanza.
okay, yeah.
But I mean, if you're like, usually the friends that you like the best are your same age,
That's true.
Although it is a poor neighborhood and you kind of hang out with whoever
Whoever's
won,
around.
as we saw in this book, yeah. Because she hung out with that adult. What was her name? Oh no, the blind one. No, not the blind one.
That
The
was
crazy
her aunt.
one. Yeah, that was her name. The really crazy one. And when she started singing, then she turned to her and she's like, "Your teeth are really white." That crazy one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of crazy people.